Do you know that 45% of birds die from their brooding stage? If I'm talking about bird, I'm talking about broiler chicken. 45% of broiler chicken that is raised here in Nigeria die in brooding stage. So if you don't know how to brood chicken properly, in this video I will explain to you how you can brood your chicken from day one to the maturity stage, which is around that 45 days. That is 6 weeks in precise. So there are some certain things that usually happen during the brooding stage, but if eventually you pass the brooding stage, you know we are moving close to Christmas now. So if eventually you pass the brooding stage, trust me, you will enjoy the benefit of raising chickens. So to those farmers that clean their brooding pen a day to the day, where they want to collect their chicks, today I want to tell you that what you are doing is actually bad, because you should have cleaned the pen, yes, say 7 or let's just say 5 days backward before you collect those chicks. Hope you understand what I'm saying. You have to clean the place you want to keep those chicks 5 days backward before you collect those chicks. So it should not be the, let's say tomorrow, or you want to collect the chicks next tomorrow, you start cleaning it today. It's very, very bad. So you should make a lot of preparation before you even make purchase for the chicks. And I also want to let you know that in Sirah farm, we sell the chicks. So if you need the chick, you can actually contact me and I will tell you how much the price is currently. Currently, the price for broiler chicken is going around 1,200 to 1,400. So that is the range for now. So aside that, there are other things you also need to consider in terms of preparing the brooder. Another thing you also need to consider is the litter itself. So a simple arithmetic is making sure that the litter is above 2 to 3 inches above the ground. Let's say this is my hand, this is the ground, right? This is the ground. So the litters, that is, the litters could be wood shaving, let it be wood shaving, let it be above 2 inches. I think this should be 1 inches here, and this should be 2 inches. I don't know, but sorry, I'm not with my tape, but I guess I'm just using this for illustration. So this should be, let's say 4 inches. Let's say 4 inches. This my hand now should be 4 inches. So the normal assumption is like 2 inches. Here you say here is 2 inches. So it should be like this above the ground. So that is what that is that for that. Another thing you also need to do is to making sure that there is lighting. Making sure that lighting is 24/7. At the early stage of 0 to 2 weeks, or let's say 3 weeks, they should eat 24/7. No, they should eat like continuous. Once their feed finish, you put another one. Once their feed finish, you put another one. So that is how it should be continuously. See, after 3 weeks, then you start feeding on based on body weight. Based on body weight. The very day you collect those chicks, that is that day 1. The very day you collect those chicks from the driver, that is that day 1. And in the process of you collecting that chicks from the driver, try as much as possible to check those chicks, because sometimes they might be they might mischange your own chicks with another one, like different hatchery. Okay, let's just say let me pick this thing, sorry for this. Let's just say this is pack anyway. So let's just say, or let me use my hand. Yeah, this is, let me just for example, this is hatchery. This is the carton of let's say Agritech. Let's just say this is a carton for Agritech. So this is your own carton and this is another person's carton. All right, so and both of them bought Agritech. Your own name might be here, but your number will be here. It happens a lot. So, or let's just say the hatchery is not the same. Your own name will be here, but your number will be here. That means another hatchery. So the driver will be calling this number, and this is not the hatchery ordered for. So that is more important. What I'm saying is that once you are with the driver, always ask the driver, or once you collect the chicks from the driver, check the carton first of all, and the second thing you need to do is to check the bed. All right, check if they are active, and if they are active, then you have to wash it and wash them to the Buddha. And if they are not, then you should ask the driver what happened, why are they still not active. Then you should return back to your agent. But since when we have been selling chicks to various farmers, we haven't had any complaint, because we make proper sorting of those chicks before we send them to the farmer. All right, because some people don't exactly do some their sorting when collecting the chick from the hatchery, but we do the sorting before we send it to the customer. So that is the fourth thing I also want you to understand in aspect of collecting chicks from the driver. Another aspect that you need to also consider before meeting the driver is setting your heater, your feeder, and your drinker. All right, before meeting the driver, set your heater, your drinker, and your feeder. Make sure that the simple arithmetic is that you have to heat them 3 hours. You have to heat that Buddha 3 hours before the chicks arrive. And at the day one, you should give them multivitamin plus glucose. So that should be for the drinker. Then at the feeder aspect, you need to give them starter. That is just the simple arithmetic. So that is the simple thing you need to do before you go and meet the driver, as I explained before. So due to time, I will divide this video into 3 phases. Now the phase 1 is actually from 1 week to 2 weeks. All right, so in this phase, what you just need to do is to making sure that you heat them. You heat them, and in the process of heating them, try as much as possible to check the temperature, and you can do that with humidity. So you can that is when humidity meter. So that is what you should use to check their temperature in the process of you heating them. Aside that, you also need to check their feeding. As I said before, you need to feed them 24/7. Then the next thing is their drinker. Now, in the aspect of their drinker, there are medical charts for them. All right, there are medical charts for them that will guide you in the process of you feeding them, giving them water from day 1 to their maturity stage. So I have been doing it for so many years, I can still memorize. I've memorized the day 1 to this to the to week 3. So at the let me just make it fast. So as at day 1, you need to give them multivitamin and glucose. Day 2, you need to give them antibiotics. From day 2 to day 6, you need to give them antibiotics in the morning. Then in the evening, give them multivitamin. Day 7, you need to give them their first vaccine. Day 8, you need to give them you need to give them ordinary water. Day 9, you need to give them antioxidant. Day 10, you need to give them ordinary water. Day 11, you need to give them the second vaccine. And day 12, you need give them ordinary water. Day 13, you need to give them you need to return back to your antibiotics. So, and the process of doing that, just keep noticing if there's any form of disease. It's not all about the medical chart. All right, it's all about noticing when there is disease breakout. So please, I repeat, it's not all about medical chart. It's all about noticing when there is disease and how you can treat those disease. So that is it. That is that for the phase 1. So I want to go to the next one, which is the phase 2. Now, For the second phase, you need to understand that they are already getting bigger, their wings are already coming out, and all those kind of things. But one of the things I want you to know is that in this point you have to start opening the windows. Before, when building them, all the windows are closed. So at this point you start to open those windows, and their feed also needs to change. I don't want to explain, like, give you most of the feed composition, because you might be a bit confused. So, and I don't want you to be confused. I just want you to understand the basic part of it. If you go to any place where the place, your feed depot, tell them that you want to get broiler feed from 2 weeks to 3 weeks. All right, from 2 weeks to 3 weeks. No, tell them that is normally is from 0 to 2, then from 3 to 5. Yeah, from 3 to 5. Tell them that you want to get from 3 to 5. So just tell them that is what you want, because that is for the grower. But don't tell them grower. Tell them you want to get from 3 to 5. All right, tell them like that. Because if you tell them grower, they might give you some feed brand that are of not quality. I don't know if you understand. They might give you feed. I don't want to mention the name of those brand that doesn't have quality. So there's some brand that don't make nourishable feed. So just tell them that you want nourishable feed, a nourishable brand that produce quality feed. You understand? So that is what I can tell you. I don't want to mention anything branding. I don't want to mention anything like that, because all of them serve the same, but just that some are higher than some. All right. I believe that the seller that is selling it to you should be able to tell you, and aside that, the prices will be different. So you can just, I guess you are smart enough to understand that, okay, this thing is better than this one. When even by perceiving the feed, you understand that this feed is more nourishable than this feed. So that is that for the phase 2. So let's go to the phase 3 now. So if you are able to reach this phase 3 when building your chicken, yes, say for Christmas that is coming up, I think you have gotten some, you have reached some limestone. All right, you have reached some limestone. So at this point you can reduce the light. All right, you can reduce the light. The feeding will be different. By that point they should be feeding on finisher. All right, so by that time you start seeing them, they'll be developing, and then they'll be big, so just it's not by prayer, but it's by a lot of fail, and a lot of mistakes. I could remember when I started, there was a lot of mistake. So yeah, everybody has their own mistakes. So don't feel bad when you have any mortality. It happens. They be all as I usually say in my previous video, we are dealing with living things, so there are chances that it will happen. There are chances that it will happen. So you don't need to start feeling bad that, okay, this thing happened like that. No, don't feel bad. Even myself, I experienced some of them too. All right. So I'm saying this because I don't want you to start feeling bad, or start seeing yourself as a failure, or something, or those kind of things. So that just, let me return back to the video anyway. So at this point you have to start filling them with finisher. So once you start filling them with finisher, then they will develop massively. And another thing I also want you to know is making sure that you have a stable market for them, because you will get more frustrated if you don't have market for them. Right? So they want you board those birds, try as much as possible to make a lot of awareness to people that, oh, I have boilers I want to sell for Christmas. But definitely for Christmas you should be able to see a lot of people that will pick up your pairs if your price is reasonable. So you don't need to worry, because I'm trying to make this video to hit those people that want to sell at Christmas or Easter or any festive season. Broiler is mostly for festive season. So I think that is all I have to tell you for this video. And I hope I don't know if this video has helped you or you have learned something new. But if you have learned something new, try to make me understand that, oh, by liking the video or by subscribing to the channel. And if you have any question, the comment section is for you. And if you drop your question, I will reply you definitely. If I see the message, I'll reply you. And I don't want to. It might not really be question alone. You can also show appreciation by you watching the video. It's not only by question. You can also show appreciation that, oh, I've learned something from this video. Thank you. Yeah, we can be friends. We can be friends from there. So that is how we are able to grow our community, which we have over close to 15,000 people, 15,000 farmers, not people, farmers. So that is how we are able to do it. So I think I wish you good luck. I wish you good luck, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.